Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone, or the Horror Zone Lounge, as I should say. So this is no longer going to be called the Horror Vault. This is going to be called the Horror Zone Lounge. I think that sort of fits. Like I said, you can see I got the couch in here now. I know that this is technically my office, but I find that this is a really relaxing space, and it also is sort of, the Horror Zone is kind of bled over into this room. So I feel like that's what this, I keep going to lounge. It just kept popping into my head, and I appreciate all the suggestions I got. Everybody that suggested, what I should call the room. I really appreciate all those ideas, and I did go through them, and I considered a lot of them. But at the end of the day, I still wanted to have Horror Zone in the title, and that's what I kept fighting with calling it the Horror Vault for so long, and that the name of the channel is Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. Let me know what you guys think of the Horror Zone Lounge, if you like that. I really appreciate everyone's feedback. Today's video is going to be showcasing some pickups that I got at Rasputin's recently. They're still in the bag. It's been a few days. I've just been really busy with work. But yeah, I got quite a bit here to showcase. A lot of VHS. I got 10 VHS tapes. The first thing I want to showcase is I did pick up a couple of DVDs, used DVDs. Now I got this version of Rob Zombie's Halloween, which is the original cut. This is the theatrical cut of the film. Now, I never have had this. So yeah, I'm really happy to pick this one up. Got it really inexpensively. I think it was $3.95. And then I have finally closed the chapter on not owning this film, and I have now all of the films in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, and I'm planning on doing a retrospective on all of them and revisiting this film for the first time. And probably, God, I don't think I've seen this film in at least 23 years. So that was quite a long time ago. And I remember bits about it. I remember quite a bit about it, and just being, it's a crazy fucking film. But I'm talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Of course, this one was written and directed by Kim Hinkle, who was also a writer and associate producer on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. So yeah, I'm really excited to revisit this one, just because I've watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, quite a few times. I've watched it at least 4 times, and would love to do a retrospective on all of the films, since it's been almost 10 years since I've done one of those. The last time I did one was when Texas Chainsaw 3D came out in January of 2013. So yeah, got those. And the rest is all VHS tapes. Now, all of these are thrillers, pretty much thrillers, or I guess you could call them horror films. The first one is Malice. This is with Bill Pullman, Alec Baldwin, and Nicole Kidman. This movie came out in '93. I haven't seen this movie in a long, long time, but I remember really liking it. Also got The Perfect Murder, which is a kind of a reboot to Dial In for Murder, Alfred Hitchcock's classic film. This, of course, stars Michael Douglas, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Viggo Mortensen. Love this film. It came out in 1998, if I remember correctly. I picked up Murder in the First. Primary reason for picking this one up is because it's set in San Francisco, Alcatraz. I've always been fascinated by Alcatraz. I believe this one came out in 1995. Of course, it stars Christian Slater, Gary Oldman, and Kevin Bacon. I haven't watched it in a very long time. Don't own it on DVD. Next one is Single White Female, one of my favorite films, starring one of my lifelong crushes, which is Jennifer Jason Leigh. I love this film. Barbet Schroeder came out in 1992. So you have Jennifer Jason Leigh, you have Bridget Fonda, as well as Steven Weber. Love this film. Excellent film. Next one I got is Fatal Attraction. Who can't say enough great things about this 1987 masterpiece. Really, this was one of those films that just jump-started the thriller kind of genre, and I remember this was a huge hit, very controversial, and I love Michael Douglas. He's one of my favorite actors, and I'm still terrified of Glenn Close because of this film. She is absolutely terrifying in this film. So I got Breakdown. I've already done a segment of this one for my underrated horror film series. Fantastic film with Kurt Russell, and you also have the late great J.T. Walsh. Other actors that are great in it, you have MC Gainey, you have Kathleen Quinlan, you have Jack Noseworthy. Fantastic film, one of my favorites of all time. I think Jonathan Mostow did a terrific job directing this film. Very tense, very Very tense film, and just it's one of my biggest fears is being pursued by somebody when you're in an isolated location in a foreign location. So it's like, yes, love this film so much. Came out in 1997. The next one I want to showcase is 2000's What Lies Beneath with Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer. You have Dinah Scarwood, James Remar. Fantastic film, still terrifying. Terrific homage to Hitchcock. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend giving it a watch, and I did do an underrated horror film segment on it back in 2014. Next one for me is Unlawful Entry, another fantastic Kurt Russell film with Madeline Stowe and Ray Liotta, who still, I think, is absolutely terrifying. This was sort of my introduction to him. I had seen Goodfellas, but this was a very accessible film, and I had a huge crush on Madeline Stowe growing up because of the movie Stakeout. This movie came out in 1992, the year I graduated high school. Fantastic film. I can't say enough great things about it. I do have it on DVD. Very underrated. Next one for me is 1993's Striking Distance. You have Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis thriller cop movie. Of course, he did a lot of these after Die Hard was such a hit. So you had like Last Boy Scout, where he was a private eye. And then you had this one come out kind of relatively close to each other. This one also stars the amazing late great Dennis Farina, who I miss terribly, Tom Sizemore, Sarah Jessica Parker, who's actually really good in this. I'm a big fan of her role in this. And for us genre horror fans, the great Tom Atkins is actually in this in a small role as well. But yeah, fantastic film. I never get tired of watching this one, so it's a no-brainer picking that one up, and I do have it on DVD as well. Last one for me is the 2001 thriller Along Came a Spider, which was a follow-up to 1997's Kiss the Girls. Of course, again, starring the amazing Morgan Freeman. Love this film. Love the Alex Cross character. I had wished that Morgan Freeman could have played this character in multiple films, but of course they rebooted it kind of in 2012 with Rob Cohn's Alex Cross with Tyler Perry. Never saw that one because I just wasn't interested in it. Not that Tyler Perry's not a great actor. He was fantastic in Gone Girl. But yeah, I loved Morgan Freeman as this character, and this is a fantastic movie that came out in April of 2001. So yeah, lots of VHS. So I got a lot of stacks of VHS here and some more here. So yeah, whole thing cost me like $12. So $12 for 10 tapes and 2 DVDs. You can't beat that. Love Rasputin's. Hadn't been there in a while, so it was a lot of fun going back and getting some new stuff. Let me know what you guys think of the stack of VHS tapes that I showcased. Let me know what you guys think of the 2 DVDs. Are you interested in seeing me talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise? Like I said, it's been 10 years. It'll be 10 years in January of next year since I have done a retrospective on that franchise. And I'm really kind of anxious and terrified to revisit this film because, like I said, I haven't seen it since like 1997, 1998. It's been a very, very long time. So thanks so much, everyone, for dropping by the Horror Zone Lounge. I hope everyone's doing well. I got some really cool content coming up real soon. So take it easy. Stay scared as always. Fellow Fright Fiends, just want to say thank you again for supporting Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. If you're brand new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I typically do this once or twice a week with new content. I've been doing this for over 11 years, and the horror genre is a passion of mine, and it really means a lot to me that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again later. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.